everybody? It's your boy number 9. Boom, coming at y'all. The number 9 jacket is here, ladies and gentlemen. We got Mickey Mouse on some items. No, we ain't some Disney adults. This that Japanese shit, you know what I'm saying? Now, nobody, of course, is gonna recognize this number 9 when you're out in public. They'd be like, oh, he must have just got back from Disney World. Now, fuck that shit, man. We have a crazy release. You can't tell by my obnoxious demeanor. We have so many different items released and just alongside the number 9 stuff. Now, I know you guys want me to address the elephant in the room. Yeah, Mariners going to the World Series. Stop fucking playing with me, bro. Stop playing with me. Like, we ain't gonna go into that. I know y'all don't care about the baseball shit. Let's get talking about this week because it's an insane one. This might even be my favorite week we've gotten this season so far. So much stuff coming out, and it's gonna be a little crazy because I'm releasing this video on Tuesday, as y'all see. That's because they've actually been releasing droplets from somewhere in Asia. I know I just played like a sound effect. Is it crazy to use that sound effect? Saying it probably is, bro. Just cancel me, all right? But shouts out to my homies over the pond that did release this droplets early, so I finally don't gotta do a video on Wednesday. I'm so sick of that shit. Hopefully I don't get stuff wrong. If I do, it's gonna be awkward, man. I don't know what to tell you. I'm doing my best out here. Without further ado, let's get in this video. I gotta shut up and we gotta start talking about these breaks. First off, you wanna join my private Discord group, you will see a full write-up when we have all the retails and stuff. We haven't gotten them yet, so some of these predictions could be off. I know Supreme loves jacking up their retail prices, so I'm gonna be going off of just like estimates I have. Now, of course, what kind of man would I be if I didn't start off this release talking about these Mickey Mouse items? This is a very iconic image. Number 9's used this a couple different times. They even made figurines that Ian Connor used to break once a month on his Instagram stories. Very iconic figure. You've probably seen your favorite SoundCloud rapper wearing a rep of one of these. The Archive Demons are currently encrusting their pants looking at this release because it's a really cool one. I never expected to see this number 9 Mickey Mouse print on a bunch of Supreme stuff. It's dope. I'm a huge fan of it. The retails, I'm not like the biggest fan, you know. The varsity jacket starting it off is at $668, which is a pretty hefty price. It's not the worst we've seen for a varsity from Supreme, and both colorways here are fire. I absolutely love the color selection. The green sleeves, man, like that black color is definitely my favorite, but the red one does give you more of that like Supreme look. But I gotta say the colored in Mickey on the black color is my favorite of the two. I do think this is gonna be a jacket that ends up reselling. This is a super iconic image. I don't know the last time they released it. I know it was like back in the 2000s and shit they came out with this. I don't even know if Disney allows this shit, to be honest. Like, I have no idea if Disney's involved in this or not. Knowing Mickey Mouse, he probably got his bag. Maybe that's why the varsity's $668. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of this one. I definitely think you guys should be trying for it if you can afford it. You got Mickey Mouse hits on both sides. There's not a ton of Supreme branding on the front. You got the little number 9 hit, but the back side, dude, this is just a fire jacket. Oh, it looks like it actually comes with a little pin as well. That's actually dope. I love when they throw a pin on a jacket. I think the black color is going to do better of the two, and yes, I do think it's going to resell. I think hype's going to be pretty high for this, so I recommend it if you got the budget. But let's talk about the Mickey raglan long sleeve top next. I like this one, don't get me wrong. However, I don't think it's quite as good as the varsity because first off, I believe you got like a glitter print, which I'm not the biggest fan of myself. Maybe some of you guys like it a little bit more. The all black color feels a little boring. I really wish they gave us just like a plain white with the black sleeves. That's a classic look for like your baseball long sleeves. However, still a dope graphic on this. Number 9 hit on the back, Supreme boring ass hit on the sleeve. We always see this exact same one on the raglan tops. A bit of a bummer to me, but that pink black colorway definitely a lot better. However, I gotta say to y'all, man, I've had these long sleeve tops from Supreme before, and if you got little girl wrists like your boy, if you were born with a curse, you got no shot of making it out the group chat alive with this one. It's got super loose sleeves on it, something I've always hated about this. Why can't we just have some cuff sleeves, man? Like, come on, man. That's always killed this style for me personally. I like the pink color a lot. I think it does still have potential, but certainly not quite as much as the jacket or this 5-panel hat that I just saw is $68. God damn it, bro. 68 for the hat. I was assuming this is gonna be like 54, maybe 50. It's 60, but 68? Damn, Supreme. Now, all three colors gorgeous. The print sick. Obviously, we're gonna glaze it. Number 9 on the side. I like that they added that, and of course, the Supreme hit on the back. This one you can't go wrong with. However, it's now gonna be like $75 after tax, and we just can't be doing that when it's like what, week 7, week 8 now. I can't be doing the $75 hats at this point, Supreme. I need a break. My wallet needs help, man. It's in the ER right now. I don't know if it's gonna make it. Fight, damn it! $68 does feel really hefty. All three colors are fucking sick. I mean, I feel like the red matches it the best just because that is like Supreme colors and stuff, but the black for my archive boys, you know, of course, I think that's gonna be the color that ends up doing the best. I like the green as well. I think black's gonna sell out first. Just, it really highlights the Mickey Mouse most. It really pops on the black color. I do think this is gonna be one that ages really nicely. Maybe it doesn't quite have as much profit as the Varsity out the gate, but this is certainly such an iconic image that it's gonna go up in its price a lot. I recommend you guys go for at least a black colorway. Keep in mind though, it might be a bit of a hold. I'm sure Supreme stock's huge on this so they can fund their next 3 seasons of repeat items. Now, let's get into the spooky, scary, possibly not correct drop list that we got early. Shouts out to the dudes that did leak this. I have no idea what the pages are. I've just been seeing it on Reddit because I'm a fucking nerd. Let's get it started discussing the breast cancer awareness football jersey. Now, this is one of my favorite jerseys of the season. It's a super classic Supreme football jersey look. We've kind of seen similar ones in the past. They did crazy on the market. These also have the breast cancer awareness little ribbon on them. 3 sick colorways. I mean, just throw camo on a jersey at this point and that bitch is probably gonna do well. I like all 3 colors here a lot. The white, for once in my life, I think the white jersey is actually speaking to me, bro. It's kind of nibbling on my ear a little bit. I just can't get it off me, bro.
What the hell are you talking about, bro?
Don't tell me that one's not kind of sick. I do love a nice white camo as well, but the black is probably the most reliable. We know the drill. Black jerseys always hit on the market. The green's not bad either. I genuinely think all 3 of these are pretty fire. If I had to guess a retail for this one, I hope it's nothing over 148. I think that'd be outlandish. I'm praying for like a 128, maybe a 138 and we're good. If it's 148, I'm beefing, but I don't think it's gonna be too expensive, and I certainly think it's gonna be worth the investment. I'd say the green's probably the most skippable of the bunch. The black and the white are probably what I'm gonna be picking up because yes sir, we're double Cardi Shardy on the website this week, so I think you guys should grab some of these. They're gonna be holds like most of your jerseys, but they're gonna get up to like the 200, 250, maybe even 300s if you can hold it long enough. So I think it's a great cop this week and definitely one of the stronger items. Next up, the Supreme Umbro gradient track jackets, bro. These are absolutely gorgeous. I remember seeing them in the lookbook and I was like, you know what, Supreme might be snapping this season. Definitely a nice Umbro piece and also not crazy expensive. We had those leather goods before that were just asinine prices. Like, ain't nobody buying Umbro for fucking $600. I don't care if it looks like Balenciaga. Now, I don't know which color I think is the best here. That's kind of the part I'm stuck on. Obviously, the pink is like the loudest, definitely draws the most attention. It is a very unique color. Pink items can do well for Supreme. I'm fucking with the pink, but I think you can make a case for the blue and black as well. The blue still has some color pop to it while being a little more everyday wearable, while the pink's like your pop-out jacket at the club when you're trying to be somebody. The black is also super wearable. I love all 3. I think they're all gonna do pretty well. I assume these are gonna be like 188. If it's 198, we might have to TP James Jebbia's house with cum rags, cause like, bruh, I don't know. There's just no way they're gonna tax that badly. Watch it be like 220. Let me look at the last Umbro track jacket really fast before I start crashing out. All right, I'm seeing 188 on like a billion of them. Maybe 198 because they're like, oh, it's gradient, guys. Like, I know they're gonna tax it a little bit more than normal. That's my assumption, but I do think it's worthwhile if, again, you can afford the hold. Not gonna go for a lot of money right away, but we've seen with the Umbro stuff from Supreme, if it has the right branding, which this one does, it probably is gonna age very nicely and get up to like the 300 plus level. So if you got the budget, this is another super good investment. I would stick to the jackets. The pants, like, they're nice and all. I do fuck with them as well, but I think the jacket's just so much more reliable, better branding, and I think the whole gradient look just goes better for a jacket. So definitely a W cop if you can afford the hold. Really cool Umbro jacket here. I love it. Next up, let's talk about these leather goodies, man, because old Supreme was like, oh, what the fuck? We're supposed to make a bunch of accessories this season. Why don't we just make the same ones we did last season, bro? I'm so over this shit. This entire season, it just has so many repeats, and we're getting another taste in our mouths of it with this Supreme leather lineup of a bunch of shit. We just got this last season. I feel bad for anyone that copped these for resale, because at this point you could easily spend way less money, because these did end up doing really well. The leather good items all ended up banging pretty nicely on the market. Of course, they had pretty expensive retails, but like the wallets were going for over 200. The chain wallets, I don't think we're doing too nicely on the market, to be honest. I don't remember if they did a knife. I think they did and it didn't do well, but the money bag is what really took off. We saw these performing super nicely, and now we're getting another iteration of them. I don't even know if there's anything different with these, man. Like, obviously they have this camo colorway added, but I'm disappointed with Supreme. The money bags are my guess of what's going to do well, but I will say when Supreme starts re-releasing items like this, the market definitely does not take off as quickly as it does the first time an item comes out. So some precaution on these. I was really only in on the leather card holder last time, and the money bag was the big hitter of the group. I did say I liked it, but it was so expensive I didn't know if it had the pull. Oh my god, I'm looking at like the last leather card holders, and even those have dropped so much in price now that people see the re-releasing them. I think they're like one of one the same as well, so if you held this long, you're kind of cooked, and that's definitely gonna hurt profit margin. Oh yeah, there's also a dice set. Who the fuck needs a leather dice set holder? Like maybe the biggest scammer in Las Vegas or some shit. Speaking of random accessories you don't fucking need, how about a traffic cone? Give a round of applause for the Supreme design team, man. Y'all just be driving to fucking work looking at the road and being like, oh, that'd be sick for an accessory that costs $200. Bro, I know this brand likes to take itself not too seriously, but like, who needs this? And I just know it's gonna be way overpriced for no fucking reason. It's gonna be some designer cone you guys are gonna tell me about. Oh, boom, it's from a really good plastic company located in Switzerland. That's why it's 250 bucks. I don't want to hear it, bro. This shit's stupid. Keep it moving. Camo ripstop skateboards. Kind of a repeat of a Supreme skate deck we got before. We did get some kind of tonal Supreme logo camo decks in the past, so this is another just sort of stupid one to me. I do like that mossier tree camo, but at the end of the day, I don't see much profit on these, and it really does feel like a repeat. So let's keep it moving to something a little more fun. The classic logo shop hoodies. These are pretty sick for people that actually live next to a Supreme store, because us regular folk, you know, just live in bumfuck Seattle, don't ever get shit from Supreme. So if you are by one of the shops, I do recommend going in the store and grabbing one of these. They always tend to do very nicely just because you can only get one in your city. I wish they did shop tees as well. I don't think they do. I feel like I've only seen hoodies and like maybe crew necks before. They have some super sick colorways here though, like the Supreme Pink Paris, sort of fire. That purple Soul I really like. Of course the camo Chicago, probably gonna go nutty. The black New York's a classic. Just about all of these are pretty dope in my opinion, so I think this is a great hoodie to go grab if you're near a store. I probably would get one myself, but yeah, I know. I live in fucking Seattle, so we're cooked. Next up, Polartec shearling reversible pullover. Oh, another item we've seen before, so we did get this exact same repeat, although a different camo pattern. I personally way preferred that last one. It was like an oatmeal color. This one I find a bit uninspiring, so I think I'm going to be calling this a pass. We got the cable hooded sweater. For some sick, demented reason, I think these are kind of sick. I don't know why. I do like a nice cable sweater. The hoodie popping out is obnoxious, but it feels very Supreme, so I'm not a full-blown hater on this one. I don't see profit for it. It's obviously that tan color with the camo hood. Kind of a sick one. I could see it selling out, but I don't think there's going to be too much money to be made. Arc thermal line zip-up hooded sweatshirt, just your classic Supreme logo zip. Nothing too bad, but nothing much to speak about. Cross short sleeve top, not my favorite. Don't really like the Supreme logo a lot. However, I can give them like some credit for doing something a bit different on short sleeve tops. Got like a baseball look to it. I like that, maybe football if you will. It's at least something different than just your classic terrible Supreme logo and nothing else, so not the worst, definitely not gonna flip. How is it taking me this long to talk about the Vanson leather work shirts? Because these are actually dope. I feel like Vanson leather items really don't hit too often for Supreme. Now the jackets, week one, I have seen some insane sales for. Those jackets were pretty nice in hand. This is definitely not gonna do quite as well, but you have such like a hysteric glamour look to these. I really like the white colorway myself. The blacks, I mean, all three of these colors are pretty good. Unfortunately, it is winter time, so a short sleeve shirt like this, you're probably gonna have to hold it a couple of months. I don't know if there, yeah, there's a decent Supreme logo hit. These are like super expensive, like Supreme Vanson leather always is. It's probably not gonna do too nicely, but if it's at least like 158 or under, maybe 168 or under, there's a chance these could actually do pretty nicely come springtime. White striped is definitely my favorite, but you can make a case for all three. Pretty decent one, but there's definitely stronger holds. It's a dope personal, don't get me wrong. Next up, the textured knit beanie. This feels like it's kind of become a staple for Supreme now to have a couple ridiculous crochet looking beanies each season. The rainbow psychedelic one, as much as I want to hype it up, I think it's a little too weird, honestly. But that brown one reminds me a lot of a crochet sweater I got from Supreme back in the day. I even got it from the Berlin store on sale. So it reminds me of that pattern a lot. I think the brown has a chance. I don't know if they're going to be super taxed. Hopefully they're going to be under like 54. I think there's a chance on these, especially if they're somewhat cheap. Maybe get a brown one. I do think the colorful is a little too crazy, but sometimes people like that. It's sort of 50-50. I think the brown's a little more stable, and probably more people are going to cop the colored one to resell. Italy 6-panel, terrible. Let's just keep it moving. Corduroy camp caps. These are probably going to be a little taxed. I think they're like, what, like 58 or something for these corduroy camps. I like the leopard. We did see the last leopard camp cap do very well on the market. I feel like all the leopard camps have done nicely, so that's one to keep an eye on. That's definitely like the strongest hold colorway out of the group. It being leopard, just seeing how good the last leopard camp did that I bought, I'm a little bit tempted, I'm not gonna lie. Next, the Chunky Rib classic logo beanie. I copped one of these last time they did them. It took them a bit. They low-key sat on the website for like a week. That was awkward, huh? But they ended up going up in their price very nicely, like I expected them to. It's a longer hold because it's not like a high desire item out the gate. Black's most reliable, and if you want to be a piece of shit, you can sell it as an older seasons, which I believe is actually doing pretty well. So an interesting one, should be $40. Finally, the Supreme Shot Leather Race Jacket. I put this at the fucking end because it's such a boring shot jacket. We've seen it before. I mean, cool, it's a new teal color, but I just hate these shot jackets because they're always dope and I can never ever afford them. So that's gonna do it for this monstrosity of a week. You have number 9 stuff coming out. One of my favorite football jerseys of the season. You got the Gradient Umbro, a bunch of leather shit that some of y'all got scammed for, paying way too much resale last season. A fucking Supreme cone. There's also the classic logo hoodies. There's some fun stuff dropping. I think personally I'm gonna be going for 2 football jerseys and probably like one of the beanies or maybe a number 9 hat. Now that I think about it, the number 9 hat, I feel like it's an easy pick. Hopefully this drop list is correct. That'd be so fucking awkward if I just spent 20 minutes talking about random shit that I'm just wrong about. I'm gonna be wrong on the resale anyway, so who gives a fuck, man. I'll see y'all later though. Let me know what you guys are gonna go for. I'm out. Peace.